Alisha Richard, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a place for creative entrepreneurs, content creators, and coaches. If you are looking to master short form video, then this is definitely the place that you want to be. Today we will be talking all about how to make your short form content stand out when it comes to creating videos for TikTok or YouTube Shorts or even Instagram. These are things that you definitely want to do that, I am doing myself when it comes to creating short form content. If you haven't done so already, you do not want to miss out on any YouTube videos or even on the podcast. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you will be updated every single time that we upload a video. Okay, let's hop right on in. Let's talk about how to make your short form videos stand out. The first thing that you should do is to have a hook to your videos, not just a verbal hook, but also a visual hook. You want to be able to stop someone's scroll. When they are scrolling on your videos, you want to grab their attention so much, not just verbally, but visually. That means maybe zooming the camera in, then zooming it out, or you maybe want to turn your head before the video actually starts. You want to make sure that you are grabbing their attention, not only just with their eyes, but also with their ears, the words that you are saying when you are first starting your video. That could also mean an animation when you are first starting off. Maybe a visual component, as in adding a hook, would be to make sure that your titles really pop out on the screen. When someone is looking at your video, you want them to know specifically when they are watching what that video is about. Remember that when you are creating your content, 9 times out of 10, this is the first time that someone is actually viewing you. So you want to be sure that you grab their attention. You want to make sure that you are grabbing your viewers' attention by adding not just a verbal hook, but a visual hook as well. The next thing that you want to do in your video is add transitions. Adding transitions means that it is some sort of transition between your videos. If you need to look at some of the tutorials that I have right here on YouTube, then you can look at some of the tutorials and you will have a demonstration of what I am actually talking about and how I teach about transitions. But for the sake of this video being all the way verbal, we are going to talk about adding transitions to your video. Once you add transitions to your video, of course you know that the attention span of a lot of people are literally like 2 to 3 seconds. So basically every time you are talking about something or changing the subject or starting a new sentence, you want to make sure that you have some visual components on the screen as a transition. Rather that is a sticker, a text, a different font, or making sure that you have some sort of B-roll. So that brings me into my next thing that I want to talk about. If you have an additional camera or an old phone, you could record B-roll to your videos. That way, the B-rolls could not only just help with the transition, but the B-rolls could actually make sure that you are still retaining the attention of your viewer. So having B-rolls is almost like, whoa, this is a different scene. This is another place. This is a different scenario. So when you are adding your B-roll, make sure that your B-roll is in a place where it relates to your videos. And sometimes you could just have it where it's non-relatable. However, I would suggest that if you are doing B-roll, record your B-roll with camera number 2 or a cell phone, an old cell phone that you may have. Recording that B-roll could be some of the things that you are doing throughout your day. So say for instance, let me give you a little example, and I am going literally off of my script, but you could do do things like maybe if you are doing some task within your kitchen, right? You could do B-roll of you washing the dishes. You could do some B-roll of you folding clothes. You could do some B-roll of you packaging your products or your services. You could do B-roll of you actually spending time with your family. The thing that you are doing with those B-rolls is that sometimes when you cover certain topics within your content, instead of the B-roll being of some random person that you never even met or seen, no shade because I use B-roll all the time. However, you can take footage from your own personal life and add that in. Then that way your viewers are not just seeing B-roll of you, but they will begin to know your story. They will begin to know who you are, and you could have your B-roll inside of your content as a way for your viewers to connect with you. So I would highly suggest that you add B-rolls within your content. Then that way your viewers will begin to not only just know, like, and trust you, but your specific B-roll could be a way where your audience could relate to you when you are recording your short form content. You got it? You got it. All right. The next thing is to change your voice. Change your voice, right? So you see how a lot of times the excitement in my voice could literally change from like one thing and we can bring it down below to the next thing. With you changing your voice, that not only allows your viewers to either see the excitement that you have, but it also brings another level of consciousness or awareness or happiness or joy. Whatever you want your viewers to experience, I would highly encourage you to begin to just change your voice periodically throughout your videos. Then that way they would be a little more excited when it comes to how you are creating your content. So changing your voice will also get your viewers' attention because they'll be like, whoa, I wasn't looking for that to happen, right? So that's why a lot of times, let me deviate from my script. That's why sometimes I actually sing throughout my content, not just because I am a great singer, which I am. Okay. Like, so I'm like Alisha. I'm Alisha, not Alicia Keys, but I'm Alisha, right? Oh my gosh. So changing your voice throughout your content will actually not only keep your viewers' attention, but you give them something to remember, right? Everyone wants to have someone that they could remember. There are so many people that are kind of like mediocre. You come and you see their content and they're always just like the same. You know, you always get the same tone. You always get the same voice. You always get the same look. Like everything is just the same. And then you are like, okay, well, I'm just going to follow this person. But right? It's always just the same. So you want to be able to not just give your viewers visual components, but you want to give them a virtual experience. And you can really do that within about 15 seconds to 20 seconds of your short form content. So I would highly suggest for you to do that. Make sure you change your voice every now and then. And if you could sing, hey, add a little song to your videos, add a little song to your videos, add a little song, add a little song, add a little song. Okay. That's the concert for today. All right. We are going to talk about how you can tell a story through your content. That kind of relates to the B-roll that I am talking about. So as you are telling your story, it's not always necessarily about the things that you've experienced in your life, because there's a way to tell a story without saying it. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll give you an example of this. But you could tell a story by, say for instance, and I'll make a video about this later, or leave me a comment if you would like to know how I could tell how to tell visual stories. You know, a lot of times when you go to the movies and how, like, you know, the cameras really just set this scene. So as you are telling a story could be changing your photos from full color to black and white. Telling a story could mean using different filters. You may want to use like a different level of sharpness, right? You may want to use blurred effects sometimes. You may want to use other types of transitions within your video. So when I talk about telling a story, it's not always a verbal story. A lot of times it could be a visual story. What are some of the visuals that you could actually add within your videos that will really, really help you to stand out? And I'm just talking about letting the camera just maybe go across some of your books, or if you are a photographer, really showing like some of your camera equipment. And that is your way of telling your audience, yes, you may take photos, but you're not telling them verbally, you're showing them. You're showing them, okay? You're showing them. So sometimes you could tell a story by having certain things within your background that you may not always talk about, but you may have different things in your background that are about you. And then your viewers could say, whoa, you know, this person is about this, or I like them because of this. So try to tell different stories within your content. The next thing is to use different. Right now, I am in my kitchen because if you really want to, oh wait, let me just add. Oh, can you all see? Can you all see these flowers of mine? My husband got me these flowers, and I am like so in love. So if I put them here, you probably can see them. Okay, this is going to add to our video. Okay, so add different scenes. Oh wait, so it sounds different. Let me make sure my audio is connected. And no, I'm not recording this video again, and I'm not editing this out because this is real talk. You know, people want to see and know what's real. Now my microphone is working. Okay, so add different scenes. The different scenes for you it may be a time where you are in the grocery store. That's the scene. And you are recording some of your content. Your next scene may be when you are maybe on a jog, when you are getting in your car. Try to do different scenes within your videos. That's almost like the storytelling component too, because when you are doing different scenes, that makes sure that you are grabbing your viewers' attention. Different scenes may literally be you coming from your home office, then you are in your kitchen, or you are in your living room. It could be different scenes of you doing a workout, right? So have different scenes are ideal for short form videos. One of the last thing I would say is try to do a skit sometimes. Try to do, maybe you have multiple characters within a video, or have different characters for your brand. That was a good one. It just came off. Y'all, I promise. This wasn't even in the script that I have today, okay? So when you know that God is moving and talking to you while you creating content, this is the real thing. Yes, it's not even on here. Me being me. Have different characters within your business. And maybe you know, like how the show, it's a different world from where you come from. So you can create different scenes within your business, like different characters within your business. And then that way those characters exhibit certain things of your business, right? So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, just in case you're not catching what I'm putting down. It may be where you have a client, or you want a dream client that is actually prestige, that could really, really afford you. That is your dream client. You could do a character that way. Then you could have another character within your stories that is like the El Cheapo client. No offense to anyone, but a client that you do not want to work with. And what would your response be to them? You could have another experience where you are creating a scene of you actually being the owner and you are talking about your business. There are so many different creative ways that you could use short form video to really get your point across when it comes to promoting your personal brand. So let me recap about some of the things that you could do if you would like to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, then I would highly suggest for you to do that while spots are still available, because you do not want to miss out. And if you have any questions on some of the things that I've mentioned within the videos, such as transitions, make sure that you check out the tutorials for CapCut. Then that way you could have the transitions in addition to what I'm talking about on the YouTube channel, and be sure that you subscribe. All right, so grab my notebook out. We are talking about a quick recap for the people in the back. Make sure that you have a hook to your video, not just a verbal hook, but a visual hook as well. Make sure that you add transitions. Again, please refer to the CapCut tutorials that are on the YouTube channel. Let me say it like this. Let me go back to the church announcements, okay? Make sure you have B-roll in your content. Rather, the B-roll is from you in your life experiences or from a different website. Leave a comment below if you want me to tell you about the website that I use for my B-roll. The next thing is the voice. Make sure that you let your voice go up and down just a little bit while you are creating your content. Tell a story, not just by words, but visual stories are always good. And then have different scenes. So if you enjoyed, and I'm sure that you did, I always say sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. If any of this video has resonated with you and you really feel like you could grow your personal brand with it, tell a friend, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And I will be back so soon with another video. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast, because there are hundreds of podcast episodes that you can literally take me in the car, girlfriend, and you could go on a whole vacation for a week and still not have been done with the podcast episodes. So, thank y'all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, listen to the podcast, because there are some things that go on the podcast that does not go on the YouTube channel, and vice versa. I appreciate you all so much. Live a rich life in your mind, your body, your soul, your business, and girlfriend, make sure you do your workout this week. Bye.